Just had a brief thought that I want to share with my kids, and uh, and the thought is a very simple and genuine one. So I won't record a very long video, but maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes. Is what makes us humans. And now, from times immemorial, everybody has given a definition, and for my kids and people of that age who haven't had time to sort of delve into and read about a lot of scriptures, not from maybe from any religion, but primarily from Hinduism that I'm talking about, is the definition I like the most. But then there is one thing called intellectualizing a definition. There's another thing, sort of like what practicing it and living with it, and really sort of testing it out on yourself and see if it has helped you to become a better human. One of the things that I love the most is the ability of us humans to be able to connect with things beyond us. When I say beyond us, is what is just me and my mind and my body. Uh, any human that has a larger perspective of his definition of what is I becomes a better and better human, a more refined human. So at a lowest level, an animal always thinks just about himself and his comfort and his food. And there are a lot of humans also who think at that level. So for me, that's a very gross level existence. Above that will come somebody who can be a little better at just thinking of himself and his family. That's a little higher level. Above that would be somebody who can, broaden his sphere to include his friends and loved ones beyond his family in his circle of, well-wishers. And then beyond that, as his sphere of influence grows, he can probably go to, his city, the neighborhood, and the entire humanity. That is great, but for me, the one of the most beautiful aspect has been that apart from just becoming compassionate towards humans, is when you start to become compassionate towards other natural things or other forms of creation around you, be it plants, be it animals, and everything that you are, when you open your eyes, that you see, having a sense that it all belongs to me and I am part of them, and having that sort of day to day existential connection with everything around you is very, very sort of in the sense that it helps you to evolve as a person, as an individual, and makes you a better living entity in this entire ecosystem of creation that universe has sort of provided us. uh, and a very simple trick that I use is I have always had pets, and even though they don't speak your language, but whoever has had pet can tell that without a spoken word, there is a you know lingua franca that gets established between you and your pet, and that makes you a better human being in the sense that you start to understand something abstract, which a word you don't need a word to describe. So it makes you a better human being. It starts to create a avenue for compassion towards other animals. And I've always said that once you make an eye contact with an animal, you feel like he's your kith or kin, and there's no way you will ever kill them or eat them. I'm not saying eating meat is bad. Those who eat enjoy it. And the same is true with plants. Once you have plants around you, you have a beautiful garden, and any gardener would tell you that you observe every plant like it's your own baby. You understand when are they flowering, when they are getting new leaves, when they need fertilizer. And if you don't, you should, because it's not like they're dependent on you for existence, but they do provide a certain characters and certain color and vibrancy to your existence. And not, I don't mean just in physical terms, but they do have a therapeutic impact on your thinking, and help you to become a refined thinker, a more subtle person who can understand the subtlety of life, and that subtlety, compassion, refinement. You will find such people do become artistic, and art is nothing else but an ability to sort of create a medium to express those abstract concepts that you just feel you can't put it in words, or you can't describe it in words. So be it poetry or literature or a painting or sculpting, anything. So the more subtle your understanding becomes about creation, the better human being you become, the more compassionate, the more artistic, and sort of more refined, what I call a civilized entity you emerge in this beautiful creation of universe that's around us. So that's all. Have a wonderful time.